All right, it is championship week in the NFL. Some saying the best week of the season. Two great games on deck. Four teams remaining looking to punch their ticket to the Big Easy, looking for that Lombardi glory. I'm going to go through, give you my breakdown, my reactions, and my picks heading into championship weekend. Let's kick things off here in the NFC. All right, the first game up on Sunday, the NFC Championship game, an NFC East showdown. The 12-5 Washington Commanders, the upstart underdogs of this postseason, taking on the 14-3 Philadelphia Eagles in the city of brotherly love. Obviously, these teams played twice this year, and they split the two games. Philly won the first game 26-18, but the game was 7-3 Washington at halftime. Philly went on a 23-point scoring streak at the end of the third quarter into the fourth quarter to blow that game open. They were up 21-7 in the second game in DC, but Washington, without Jalen Hurts starting, even though Kenny Pickett played all right, managed to take that one 36-33, a game-winning touchdown pass at the end for Jaden Daniels. So I don't know which of these two games it's going to look like. Or is it going to look more like the first game, defensive struggle, offensive struggling? Saquon Barkley had a monster first quarter in their last matchup, but after that, really didn't do much. Had 102 yards in the first quarter, I believe. Finished with just like 47 the rest of the way, 49. So Washington's D did a really good job without Jalen Hurts in at quarterback to take away Saquon Barkley. And they still scored 33 points, Philadelphia. It's that defense you have to worry about. This elite Eagles defense, which has been kind of carrying this team down the stretch, really showed some holes against this Commanders offense down the stretch. And that's what the story about Washington's run's been. Their offense has really come alive in the postseason. Defense has been doing much better than I think a lot of us would have expected, even though they did give up 31 to Detroit, but they forced 5 turnovers, and it usually is a recipe for success. Now, there are a couple of injuries on the Eagles side. Jalen Hurts is questionable, suffered that knee injury in that Rams game. He's going to play in this game, but the question is, what is his limitations going to be? Jalen Hurts is not a thrower of the football, especially in the playoffs. If you look at Jalen Hurts' playoff wins across his career, he's averaging under like $160 a win. Like, they just don't throw the football. Obviously, Saquon Barkley is the engine that keeps this offense going. So if Washington's going to have any success in this game, they're going to have to slow down Barkley. Now, I am a bit concerned with that. We saw them against Jahmyr Gibbs last week. The Lions just kind of stopped running Gibbs. Gibbs ran all over Washington. So that was a big edge to the Eagles right there. Now, we got to talk about Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels having the best rookie season I think we've ever seen out of a rookie quarterback. Tied for the most wins. Just the 5th quarterback ever to make it to a conference championship game. And he's had essentially no help. His special teams and defensive units combined of rankings are 26th. All those other rookie quarterbacks weren't outside the top 5 in combined rankings. So Jaden Daniels in this offense has really been carrying the load. And the run game has been really effective the last few weeks. We've seen a lot of Austin Eckler in the mix. Brian Robinson's been steady. And obviously, Jaden Daniels taking off himself. I think this is an interesting game. The weather should not be too big of a factor. 39 and clear, maybe a little overcast. So we're not going to see a snowball like we kind of saw with the Rams game. I think this is going to be a very kind of low-scoring, grindy game. Division games are always tough. I really like the Commanders with the 6 points this week. I think the Commanders can win this game, but ultimately, I'm going to have to go ahead and take the Eagles at home. I think Washington's great run has been incredible. I would not be surprised if Washington has the ball chance to win this game and they go and win this football game. I think just a little bit more experience on the Eagles side of things. They're at home. The run game has been as good as it's been all season long. Washington's still not doing a great job against the run. I'm not worried about Jalen Hurts' knee. Now, maybe that limits him in the passing game, so not as many explosive plays to keep this game a little bit closer. I think Washington needs the same game plan that they attacked Detroit with if they want to win. I think it's a very fun, gritty, grindy, maybe lower scoring game than people would be hoping for with Jaden Daniels and this offense and Saquon Barkley and the Eagles. But give me the Birds to squeak on through and head back to the Super Bowl, just 2 years removed from their failure. All right, and finally, our heavyweight fight in the AFC. We're talking, this is Ali Frazier. We got the 13-4 Buffalo Bills taking on the 2-time defending 15-2, number 1 overall seed, the villains themselves, the Kansas City Chiefs, in Arrowhead Stadium for the 6th time in 7 years. We are seeing the conference championship game being played in Arrowhead. This is a fantastic matchup. And I think deep down, if you're not a biased fan, like for either any of these teams in the AFC, this is the AFC championship game we wanted to see. We wanted to see Mahomes versus Allen for the fourth time in their playoff careers. This is going to be a great matchup. Now, they did meet in the regular season, handing the Chiefs really their only loss of the season when the starters played. They lost week 18 when nobody played for them. So their only loss with the starters was against the Bills. They lost 30-21 in Buffalo, though, towards the mid of November. Really good game. It was 16-14 at halftime. The Bills were up, and then the Bills kind of dominated that fourth quarter. No action in the third quarter, really. And the fourth down run, 26-yard touchdown by Josh Allen sealed the deal. Kind of Buffalo felt like they were shaking a monkey off their back, but Buffalo's had success against the Chiefs in the regular season. It's the postseason woes against this team where they really struggle. Now, I think this is a very, very tight matchup. Buffalo's getting 2 points. The line's moved about a half a point, opened at 1.5 for Kansas City, but there's just been so much hate on the Chiefs, especially after Houston with the referees all season. It feels like everyone is rooting for the Bills. Let's be honest, everyone is rooting for the Bills, but we're not here to root for teams. We're here to break down matchups. Kansas City's run defense has been one of the best run defenses in the league. Now, they have shown a little bit of holes down the stretch here, just like their passing defense. For the last 6 weeks or so, the Chiefs' passing defense has kind of been dreadful, and I think Buffalo's going to have to open this puppy up, unlike they did against Baltimore. They were kind of conservative, didn't really throw the ball much, ran the ball, and the emergence of this three-headed running backfield with James Cook, Ty Johnson, and Ray Davis has really sparked something in this Bills offense. They're able to run the football effectively. They have soft boxes that teams are looking at, and they're converting chains. They're moving first down. They're getting first downs, converting out there. And then you pair that with a wide receiver core that has no real number 1 wide receiver. Khalil Shakir is your number 1 wide receiver, but he's more of a slot guy. You know, he's super reliable out there. Pair that with a bunch of other guys. If you look at a box score with Buffalo, it's like everybody's got 3 catches for like 12, 15 yards. They just kind of how they roll. Josh Allen obviously is going to have to put on the superhero cape in this one, but Kansas City offense really didn't look that sharp against Houston. Now, the pass rush for Houston is going to be much more of a problem than Buffalo's pass rush is going to be, but I think Buffalo's going to mix in some heavy blitzing here to try and get after Mahomes. We know the offensive line has struggled for Kansas City, and Buffalo's big weakness on defense is the inability to run the football, or inability to stop the run, and the Chiefs can't really run the football lately. Kareem Hunt, their lead back, Isaiah Pacheco, just doesn't really feel healthy out there. Now, if the Chiefs are able to get a run game going, something they haven't had pretty much all year, I think Buffalo's in real trouble, but with no real threat, I think Buffalo's defense is going to be able to stop this run game. So it's going to come down to the passing attack with Mahomes. Then there is some injuries in the Bills secondary. We're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. I just think the offense of Buffalo is a little too good. I think on the road, this is a spot where you have to score 30 points and dare the Chiefs to be able to keep up. The Chiefs haven't been able to get to the 30-point mark this year really at all. They struggled to score points on offense that's more methodical. We even saw against Houston. It wasn't pretty. It was kind of ugly. Just Houston was an atrocious special teams performance. Now, Buffalo Bills and their kickers, we saw Tyler Bass kind of throw it last year. I think this Bills team has just got a real head of steam going, a lot of momentum, and it feels like this is the moment for the Bills. I think the Bills overall as a team are better. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, but he's not playing the best right now, and Josh Allen has finally gotten rid of those mistakes and those turnovers. He just makes nothing but explosive and big plays. Maybe not always making the big play is the right play. We've seen Mahomes transition to that, and now Josh Allen has. I like the Bills this weekend to go on the road, take down Goliath, the bad guys of the AFC. Give me Buffalo to finally slay the giant, get back to the Super Bowl, end the three-peat by the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, that's going to do it for us today. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Who are you like this weekend? Who is heading to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks? Again, if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to the channel. We got daily sports content for you guys. If you want to support the channel more, sign up for a channel membership. You get all sorts of access to cool and exclusive perks for the live streams throughout the year, member exclusive videos. It's a whole lot of fun. Helps support me, allows me to keep making this great content for you guys every single day. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.